Oh, maybe this shouldn't be so loud. Okay, everything's fine. Just had to double check everything was working and turn on the music so we actually had something to listen to. Because I'm not enough to listen to. We gotta have music too. So for people watching this on playback, I like to do just a short introduction at the beginning, just to sort of mention what the stream is going to be. Yeah, no, a little bit. So basically, I am testing out which race should be my shaman. I have been leveling a Volpira, which just got into Shadowlands, and you know, I like to just level characters and just sort of like try and feel what I feel about them, because I have this tendency to look at a character and just fall in love with it on the character select screen, because I might think, oh my god, it would be so cool to level a Macau Orc Shaman, and then once I actually get to level it, you know, I start feeling different about it. So this time around, I'm doing things a little bit different. I will level a Volpira, and then once I get to, you know, around level 50, I'll try and, you know, feel inside myself, how do I feel about it. I want something a little bit like intimidating when it comes to a race, and a Volpira is not very intimidating. It's a little fluffy thing. They do have really nice totems though, which I think is really nice. I was considering Troll. I did play a little bit of Troll. I did actually have a max level Troll that I brought back from deleted characters. And I can show it off, because I actually think it is kind of nice. Like this guy right here. He has like this dark Bulgin Shaman kind of look to him. But, you know, the totems aren't looking very nice. And I don't know. There's just something about Trolls that, like, you might love it for a few days, and then you start wanting something a little bit, you know, beefier, I guess. At least that's just me. So I was considering a Tauren, but they kind of have the same issue as the Troll. Taurens also do not have very good totems. You know, because they're old. They're vanilla looking. They're outdated. They look muddy. Like, they don't look very good. But then I saw something, which I'll show you, because it is something that I think is really awesome. I'll just show you what I saw. Let me just turn it on here. But yes, I did just shut down the game. If I go into the PTR, you'll notice something that changes things for me, which is that Blizzard, in their infinite knowledge, has decided to give us new appearances, because that is what we asked for. Well, it is what we asked for, but not it instead of content. I'm just happy we're getting appearances, even though it's because they don't have any content to give us, so they're kind of like trying to, you know, make up for it by giving us something else. So as you can see, High Mountain Tauren are getting their turn in new appearances, because right now on the live version of the game, it looks hideous with the High Mountain. They have really cool looking totems. I think really what I like about their totems is it's not as much the, you know, the what do you call it, the High Mountain theme, because I really love the Macau Orc bone totem that goes on the ground, you know, like a bone, what do you call it, like a tooth, something. But what I really like about these guys is that, like, their color theme is very earthy, if you could say that. You know, it's not a really bright neon green and red and blue. Like, it's very earthy in their color theme. So they decided to give us new options when it came to them. Let's go make one here. Blah, blah, blah. And then somebody on the stream decides to copy this exact name, and I can't take it. That would be funny. Yeah, so basically they're giving us a whole bunch of things. Let me just reset, like, their colors and stuff. Done. Yeah. Basically we're getting a whole bunch of colors. Well, we're getting 4 colors, I think. And also a whole bunch of new horn styles, which is really like my sore point about these, because the horns are the important part about the Tauren. But we're getting new ones. So as you can see, we used to just have, I think, 4 different styles or something. And the bad thing about that is that they were all tied together with the jewelry that came on the horns. So you couldn't separate that. You just kind of like, you know, if you wanted the big majestic horn, then it came with like red jewelry that didn't fit my transmog, which is a deal breaker for me because I transmog like 60% of my time in the game. So that is something I need to have. But they separated it now. And not just that, they gave us a bunch more. So you have like broken antlers, which I think is really cool looking. Yeah, so I really like something like this. This one is really nice. Wide load fold. Just watch Blizzard go in and change the name of that, because, you know, because they're doing a lot of censoring nowadays. And wide load means something else as well. So basically, the horn colors, that's the cool part, because they used to look like this, I think. Yeah, this was like the standard color for their horns. This is literally, out of all 3 colors you can choose, the worst color. So right now, I'm trying out a High Mountain Tauren on the live version of the game, and I have to look at this color. But I have to keep reminding myself, okay, Daniel, just relax. We'll get these colors here as soon as 9.1.5 comes out. So I'm really looking forward to that. Especially like these darker ones. The white one looks pretty good too. If you want something like, you know, like a menacing dark Shaman, then you could do something like this. I would need to change the colors though. I really like the darker ones. Not as much this one though. I think this one looks better. This one kind of looks a bit too cartoony. It has like a bluish tint. Whereas this one has a little bit more of an animal. Like a Tauren animal color. I'm really not into the brighter ones. The bright furred ones. So maybe this one, but now that the horns are like too dark, so we might color to white. Or maybe the one that is right here. Yeah, we'll do white. Yeah, this looks really good. So I'm really happy about the new changes they're going to be making, because like these customization options, they look amazing. Especially with the totems they have, because they're new, they're high pixelated, they don't look muddy and vanilla. So no feather. Let's do no nose ring. Horn wraps, this is also something that was part of the horn style previously. So you like if I picked this specific horn style, it had like this particular red band around it, for example. Now you can actually separate it, and I really like the dark ones here. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm trying to make this dark Shaman, even though High Mountain aren't really known for that. Horn markings also look amazing. I really dig these High Mountain markings. They probably make those after they are adults, I just realized. Like, if you had to think about how they would go around making the marks, because they're probably not born with these. They're probably something they decorate unto themselves. Anything else that I forgot here? Horn style, horn color. Yeah, everything's good. We have the face. There's no new faces, unfortunately. Like, we still have the old faces. Which is okay. It's not like the face, you know, it's not like it's that different from one another. It's like, how many options can you make on a Tauren, really? So that's not really my biggest issue. Let's do something like, I don't even know what I would say. Like, I like this nose compared to this nose. It's kind of like it's the only version of it that doesn't have that nose. We got some new hairstyles, which is pretty awesome. So you can actually have long hair. You can actually see it go down. So it's kind of like my hair. I have long hair. So I can actually customize a Tauren and feel like he has long hair like me. I think that's really cool. It's called Drape. And then of course we have... Oh, it's not called Drape, it's called Long. It's kind of confusing because they have the foremane and then they have hair as well. So it's like separated. The hairstyles, I'm not really too fond of. Like, they could have done better on the hairstyles. I try not to have too much color in the hairstyles that I pick, but I still want long hair, you know, long hair that goes down with like stuff in it, but it should be more like brown jewelry that goes in it. Like this one is barely okay, but it kind of has a feather, which annoys me. Like you see, this one is golden. That also breaks Transmog. This one is kind of okay, because it only has blue on some of it. Then again, we have red. Red. Like, if you love red Transmogs, you're gonna love all these hairstyles, but, you know, I don't do red Transmogs. It kind of looks a bit girly with the things that pop out from the the braid things. At least we got some good beards. Like this one is nice. These are really nice. Like you can actually have, what do you call, like a beard that isn't like, you know, like a regular human beard. You can have that, which I think is really cool. Oh, hey, Casper. Yeah, I'm looking at Taurens now. Because the new high mountain Taurens, they look really awesome compared to the ones we have right now. Yeah, I think that looks good. Too bad about the hair. Like, I don't really know what... As you can see, like, with the what do you call it, the blue stuff in the horns, it kind of breaks with the red stuff. Yeah, so it's gonna be no hair, like this. So yeah, I think we went through all of them. Oh, not the body paint, we didn't do that. I like the bear one. I really love how the colors, again, it's because it's more earthy than, well, actually this is quite neon, but it looks good, it looks good. Got new tail styles. Block report out of the way so we can actually see. So we have the regular one, which is called brushed. Then we have fluffy and untamed, which basically means we didn't do anything to it. Yeah, let's do untamed. Tail decoration is also a thing now. I do not like this one because it has so many colors. This one's okay. And again, if you love red Transmogs, then you can really do a lot of stuff here. But I don't really do red Transmogs. I'll do this one, just to try it. Oh, we didn't do eye color. Oh, it actually looks quite nice with the green. Let's do blue, like my eyes. Sometimes when you make a trial character on the PTR, it doesn't go through, so it says it's processing, but it's not doing anything, and then you have to delete it and you have to try again. Because it doesn't work to just close down the game and open it up again, it's just kind of stuck. So yeah, so let's test out the Transmogs on this one. Because I want to make sure that we can make something that looks good for when it actually comes out. I love Taurens. I know Casper doesn't love Taurens because he doesn't like the hoofs. It's the same reason why I like Draenei. I like the hoofs. I think the hoofs look really nice, especially when it comes to the foot transmogs. I think it looks really good, the way that they implement the feet transmog. Go out. Yeah, there's just nothing like a big beefy boy running around. You feel like if you're like fighting another player that they're just gonna get pummeled. It's a bit different than having a little Valpyra running around their feet. What can I say? I'm a feet guy. Yeah. That's why you play. That's why you try Horde, and then you, at some point, go back to Alliance for some reason, and then they keep losing in PvP, and then you go back to Horde because they have better PvP players, and then for some reason you go back to the Alliance again. It's because you're coming back for the feat. Yeah, let's try something out. I actually have a Transmog that I think looks really good. I don't know what this shoulder, this cape is. Unchained Gladiator's Shawl. Because it looks amazing, but it's not something I've acquired. It's just on the PTR. I don't have it in the live version of the game. I'm guessing it's just a Gladiator cloak, maybe for the next season or something. Either way, it looks really good. What I would love to have, though, to be fair, save something. I would love to have. I tried getting this yesterday, right before resets. I went to the Gmod mount and fought my way all the way up to it. Where is it? So many cloaks. But unfortunately, I didn't get it. One guy did, and he didn't really care about it, but he didn't have it, so he just kept it. It's literally like the one cloak that I want. Like this one right here. It's the best looking cloak in the entire game. By the way, this is new. I noticed this yesterday. You can actually go in and see what people have when it comes to the Transmogs. So you can link it to yourself or in the chat or something, and then you can just like try it on. It's pretty cool. I love that they're doing more stuff like this. It's like they actually realized that players want to customize their characters. Who knew? In an RPG game, you know. But I know why. It's because Blizzard think that the World of Warcraft is more of a arcade type game than an RPG game anymore. Like, they think it's all about esport. So, you know, people don't care how their characters look. They just care about how, you know, how in-depth the spell system and the ability system functions. Like, that's all we care about. No. That's just a small handful of players that cares only about that. So I'm glad they're starting to do something that we've been asking for, that they just kind of ignored because they thought they knew better. So yeah, put this on, put this on, and I really love this belt, but my wife keeps telling me that it looks like something that it should not look like, you know, like a cock ring. So like you put something through there, and like whenever she sees it, she just can't stop herself from thinking, you know, oh, that's what it is. Maybe we shouldn't pick that one anymore. Maybe this one. I don't know. Let's see. We also have. I really love these Warlords of Draenor legs, as well as the shoes that comes with it. And this again, this shows why I love these. What do you call it? The shoes for hoof characters, because they come out like this. On humans, it looks horrible. I hate how humans and, you know, other characters that actually wear them as actual shoes, it's like they're walking around with bricks on their feet, and it doesn't look good. You know, whenever I pick smaller shoes that actually looks more realistic to real life shoes, people keep telling me that that's the ugly feminine shoes. I'm like, no, they're realistic shoes. People want these huge shoes that looks like bricks that you're running around with, like those weights on your feet or something. And I don't think they look good. And I think that's why I love the hoofs on some of the races, because when you actually wear these shoes that are bricks on regular humans, they look normal. They look like something they would wear. And I think that's just a lot better. Let's see. I did also want this one. I want this one for now. You don't want anything on the head. Let's just go ahead and play. Also, Blizzard, please fix this, because sometimes when you get in the Transmog mounts, the lighting goes away, and I don't know why that happens. Kind of weird. Got this. Oh, I have to look at how it looks with the tail afterward, because that's, you know, it has to go together with the rest of the Transmog, and I'm kind of afraid that it's not earthy enough in its colors. I'm kind of liking this one. And what's a particular one? Oh, I know which one it is. Does not have any braces. Oh, you can actually see them. Never mind. Let's actually put the braces on, because they pop out. That's new. I've never seen that before. So maybe Torns, you can actually see braces popping out. That would be awesome. Yeah. I don't know. I just think this guy looks really, really awesome. I don't like his belt. We can actually... We have 1 gold to change it, so... Let's do that. Oh, and now we have lighting, so that's good. A truck driving by. Do we go with the cock ring? No. My wife ruined that for me forever. It's so stupid. Because I really think, like, this has been my preferred belt for years. And then she came around and ruined it. Maybe a regular belt would be fine. Yeah, something like this. I don't really like the look of this, even though I used to. Oh yeah, the new Druid forms. I can't wait to get the Raven form for my flying form. It's like, I've been wanting that ever since I played Warcraft 3. Well, actually, when I got into the world of Warcraft and I knew that there was Druids you could play, like all the way back in Mr. Pandaria, but I found out that the Druid forms were not Ravens, I was kind of like, it just like ruined it for me. Like, I hate the travel forms. But now that we get Ravens, it's like my ultimate, like, I've been wanting this ever since I got into the game type of thing. Yeah, this is awesome. I really like how he looks like. Tail is actually quite okay. It isn't as bad as I thought it would be. And the totems look amazing too, which is something that I think is good. Got a totem there, we got a totem there. There, just so we have something to test out. There we go. Yeah, I just really like the totems. Very earthy in colors. Really, my goal here is not to have the prettiest totem in the game, because by far that is the Magar orcs. They have the best looking totems. But I don't want totems that look ugly, where every time I throw down a totem, I keep thinking, ugh, ugly, you know. Then I keep fighting some other player, and then I put down a tremor totem, and then I'm like, ah, you know, every time. And with these Torrents, I don't think they look ugly. With the regular Torrents, they look hideous. I wouldn't say hideous, they look extremely boring. And when you know there's something better out there like these, I don't know, it just kind of feels like, eh. Oh, there's this guy here. That's the guy for testing out, or teleporting. Which reminds me as well, there's another bonus thing about the High Mountain Torrent compared to regular Torrent, which I just noticed today, actually, previously, right before getting on stream. When you try something and he actually talks, like, listen to his voice.
Too far away. I am out of range.
I don't know if you can hear it.
I must get closer. I am out of range.
He has like this really deep sounding voice. And the Torrents, they look more like sound like Torrents.
Too far away.
I don't know, they're really deep. I never noticed that. I missed this game because I heard a lot of people gave it up, so I stopped playing it. Is it worth getting back into? The whole thing about people stop playing it, like, it's something people always say about MMOs. It doesn't matter which MMO you're playing, people say, oh, you know, it's a dead game, it's gonna die out, people are not playing it anymore. You should never listen to that. It's not true. There's still millions of people playing the game, even though half the people quit just now. But that was because they wanted to make a statement about the way the game company has been treating their employees. So to make a statement, people have been quitting. They're probably coming back again once they clear up their mess. But yeah, like if you talk about is it good getting back into? It really depends on what you want to do. If you want to do Mythic Plus, then sure, it is good getting back into, because Mythic Plus is as good as it's ever been. If you want to do PvP, the PvP players say that you should not get back because of PvP, and I probably agree a little bit there, because the way that Covenant systems work in the new expansion, and the way the powers, the ones that you obtain from the Covenants work, you can instant kill people like that. And it's just, like, PvP isn't as much about skill, it's about who gets the best opener and kills the other ones first. In a lot of cases. So, you know, PvP, people say it needs improvement. If you like to just like play an MMO as an MMO is played and collect things, it's a great game, because there's many expansions to go back and play. I personally have just decided that for this new expansion, I'm not gonna try and be up to date with gearing and stuff. Like, I'm just gonna play it at my own pace, because there's so many automated systems nowadays. I think really if I had to like tell you one big thing that should be like, no, you should not get back to the game, it would be because of the automated systems. Like endgame, which is the main content for MMOs, is incredibly bad in the World of Warcraft right now. It started becoming bad after Legion. Like Legion was kind of like the turning point where Bliss, they realized that, oh, okay, so if we just like tell people, like all the players, to do these things daily, you know, like daily things like, you know, you have to fill up this bar, or you have to grind up this reputation, you know, or you have to farm these resources every day, and there's a cap on it. So you can't just go out and farm. But, you know, well, you can do that now, but, you know, it's something new they just did because people were complaining about it. There used to be a cap on it, so you had to log in every single day, and you had to do chores for a couple of hours, or maybe half an hour to like 2 hours, depending on how fast you are. And when you did those chores, then you could enjoy the game that you wanted to play, which is not really the optimal way to play a game. Like, you want to, when you open the game up, have fun. You don't want to have to do at least half an hour of chores before you can have fun. But that's how the game is right now. And it's something that people are really complaining about. Like, it ruins the game for them, including me. Like, I can't keep up with endgame content anymore. Back in BFA, like right at the beginning, I was still, for the first time ever, really trying to get into the serious part of the World of Warcraft, like trying to be up to date with everyone else, because I just kind of took it at my own pace like previously. And I couldn't keep it up for very long, because there was just so many dailies. You have to farm Azerite, and you had to, you know, get those Azerite gear, and it was all RNG based. Like, it's just like horrendous the way the things worked. You couldn't work towards a goal and then achieve the goal. You could work towards a goal, and then maybe, depending on luck, you would get the item that you were working towards. If you didn't get it, you would have to start over working towards it. And while you did that to get the gear that you wanted, and maybe get the gear once you did all the work for it, then you also had to do these daily things, or weekly things, because there were weekly things you had to get done too. There was like this huge list of just things you had to get done, and there still is, before you can actually play the game the way you want to play it, which is stupid. Legion is a really good example of a good expansion, because even today I'm still going back to Legion to unlock things, because there's so many RPG things about Legion. Appearances you could unlock, class mounts, artifact appearances. Like, there's just so many things you could go, like, still today go back to Legion and do, and it's fun. Whereas today, when a new patch comes out or a new expansion comes out, there's content for you to do, and you have to grind insanely every day and every week, because there is these automated systems. But then when the next patch comes out, it all gets thrown in the trash, and you have to start over. And it's like insanity. It's literally, you know how to say like the definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over and over again and expecting different results. It's literally insanity trying to do this, and then a couple, you know, like 3-6 months later, you have to throw everything in the trash. All your progress is thrown away, and you have to start over. Nothing is kept for the next patch or the next expansion. Everything is just completely thrown out. And it's mind-blowing why they do it like that. It's so stupid. It makes you not want to play the game and just like do things at your own pace, because how can you keep up with endgame content when they make you work so incredibly hard for something that gets thrown out? Like, I'll give you an example. Player housing. Player housing is something that people have been requesting for a little while now, because we want something that sticks with the expansions. Player housing isn't a thing that the elitist players, you know, the min-maxers that want to push content and, you know, get higher keys and better gear, like, they don't want this content. They don't want player housing. But that's not the purpose of player housing. The purpose of player housing is to get content into the game that stays with us. Past patches, past expansions, that once we collect it, we still feel like we have a use for it. Like, we want that in a game. Transmogs is like what I spent literally 80% of my time doing today when I play WoW. I collect transmogs. Why? Because it sticks with me. Why do I collect mounts? Because it sticks with me. Do I spend a lot of time collecting gear every day? No, I don't. I might do a dungeon every 3 days, because I know for a fact that in a couple of months from now, it's going to be obsolete. It's not going to stick with me. Why should I work so hard for something that doesn't stick with me? It's stupid. And again, I'm not saying that grinding is stupid, because it's an MMO. You need to love grinding. That's part of what the MMO genre is. But there's a difference. There's a difference between grinding something that is, you know, that is incredibly hard to achieve. I'll give you an example. Mage Towers in Legion. People grinded Mage Towers like crazy to get a new appearance for their artifact weapon. But they didn't grind something that was easy. It wasn't easy and then they just had to repeat it every day for like weeks. No, it was really hard. And when they finally, after a couple of weeks, or maybe after a couple of months, depending on when the Mage Tower was up, they finally did it and they accomplished the thing that they kept failing at. When they finally got it and they completed it, it was so satisfying. Like, we want something that's hard, that takes a long time to accomplish, and takes effort and skill in order to achieve, and then you get a reward from it. We don't want something like, you know, oh, you have to farm 20,000 anima, and then you can unlock this appearance. Because you just log into the game, and you just farm it, and it's so easy. You just need to log in and turn off your brain and watch Netflix on the other screen, and not look at your screen, because it's so easy. And then you do it for half an hour, collect the anima, and then you can unlock your appearance after maybe a couple of weeks. That's not how you play a game. That's easy. That's brainlessness. It's stupid. And that's what I really hope that they're going to change in the future. Like, that would make the game so much better than it is right now. And I think that's also what a lot of people are asking for. Like, that's just my personal opinion, what's wrong with the game right now. Because if you don't like that, don't come back to the game. But like I said, people like me, I've just accepted that as long as Blizzard are going to be making these weird systems in endgame content that you have to farm every day, then I'm not going to do it. And again, people could argue that, oh, well, you don't have to do these automated systems. You don't have to go to Korthia and grind these things out. Like, you can just do Mythic Plus or Raiding and you'll be fine. You'll get the gear that you want. You don't have to do Korthia. So why complain about it? Well, I'm complaining about it because it's a stupid system that nobody wants to do. They have to do it because it's the newest in-game content. So why put it in there? Why just not make Korthia, which is just another automated system you have to grind that becomes obsolete next patch? Why just not remove that and not create that type of content and actually give us content that is fun to do. Because it's a false sense of getting content. That's what they're doing. They're giving us something we have to grind every day that gives us a false impression of them giving us new content, because it's not content they're giving us. They're giving us chores. And some people can't distinguish the difference between chores and content. And Blizzard knows that. So they know that, you know, chores are easy to implement in the game and they cost little money to make and put into the game. And some players get fooled by it. They see it as content. It's not. Stupid. I wish you'd go back to the way it was when you took it at your pace and you didn't have to do chores in a game before you can do it at your own pace. Exactly. If you, like, today you can't do it on your own pace anymore. There's always, like, a weekly thing you have to do or a daily thing you have. If you want to play the game the way that Blizzard wants you to play it, with Korthia being the newest content, you know, you have to collect research and then you can upgrade your gear just doing PvE content. You don't even have to raid a Mythic Plus. You can just do Korthia all day. Upgrade your gear. You could essentially do that, but it's such a boring grind. Like, why put it in there if it's such a boring grind? It's a false sense of content. It tricks people into thinking, oh, well, you know, why are you complaining? We just got Korthia. Did you complete everything in Korthia yet? No, I didn't, because it's boring. It's a chore you have to do every day. It's not fun content, so why would I do it? I don't play a game to do chores. I do a game to have fun. I don't know. It infuriates me that people think that Korthia is content, because it's not. Sure, is it a new area with, you know, a couple of new mounts that has been placed in the game with daily things to do? Sure, it is. So if you look at it at that sense, it is content. Is it fun though? Is it something you would see in a game to have fun with? No, it's not. Not at all. It's just boring. It's I would literally take Korth and just throw it in the trash, and I would want player housing instead. That would be a million times better. Because that would give me something to play where I feel like whatever I'm achieving is going to stick with me. It's going to stick for the next 10 expansions. I'll still have the player housing and everything that I'm farming out and acquiring. Maybe I'll get a new carpet for the place. Professions. Profession is another thing that has become completely obsolete nowadays. You can't do anything with professions. You know, if somebody actually spends a lot of time and gold on becoming really good at a profession, and they finally get to a point where they can make good gear, it's still not going to be better than what you can get from a raid. So nobody spends money on profession gear in an auction house. Why would they do that? Professions are a joke nowadays. And it would just be so much better if we could take these professions and make it so that we could craft new carpets or chairs or maybe a you know, something to hang up on the wall for player housing. Professions would be completely relevant again. And it's such an obvious solution, but they're not. At least I hope they're like trying to figure out a way to do player housing for the next expansion. I hope that's what they're doing right now, because it's an obvious solution to a really big problem. Chorecast is a bust. No way to get gear or progress at any point. Soul, Ash, and Sinners is not enough. Exactly. Chorecast is another example. Chorecast had such potential because Chorecast is not boring. It is boring because of the way they implemented it today, but in reality, Chorecast is not boring. If it was more about, you know, visual rewards, appearances, than just the shoulders that we can farm that they just implemented just to give us something. If they actually gave us other things than just those shoulders, but like actual sets and stuff, mounts, different things that we could get from Chorecast, like if that was the only thing we would get out of Chorecast, and it wasn't a thing they implemented into the core system of gearing, Chorecast would be a big success. But it's not. Why? Because they decided to make it this thing that is part of the main system. So now you have to do, again, Choregast, like people that joke about it being called, because you have to do Choregast. Every week, you have to do it. You have to grind out these things so you can make legendaries. And why? It's so stupid. Like, it's like having a really fun game. Like, an incredibly fun game. Everyone is having fun with it. And then this one guy, like the manager, comes in and says, oh, well, you can only play the game if we have a set of rules. And then he comes up with all these boring rules that you have to follow in order to do that fun game. And then suddenly the game is not fun anymore. Like, that's what Torghast became. It would have been so much more fun if it had just been about collecting things, again, at your own pace, instead of it being this weekly thing that you were forced to grind. Because what was the issue there? They released Torghast, and because it was a weekly forced thing that you had to grind, players started complaining that it was too hard. Because it was a good thing it was too hard if they had given out appearance rewards. But because you had to do it to like craft legendaries and stuff, then all of a sudden it became this chore you had to do. And when you have chores you want to do, you don't want it to be this repetitive daily thing you have to do. And you can't do it at your own pace. So what do people want? They want it easier. So what did Blizzard do? They made it easier. Suddenly Torghast became even worse than it was before. So instead of just taking out the way that you acquire legendaries by making, like forcing people to do Torghast, they decided to just make Torghast easier for players. And by doing that, you know, all the people who wanted Torghast to actually be something amazing, they didn't want to do Torghast anymore. Because now all of a sudden it was too easy. So why would they do it? There was no challenge in it. And what did Blizzard then do? Well, they made Torghast harder. And actually included a couple of appearance rewards. It was quite nice. But still, why are people not playing Torghast? Because it's still tied into your legendary crafting. It's tied into the main part of the content, which is not fun. It is... I don't know, like... I don't know if you've seen Bellola's videos. He made a video where he made all the changes that he would personally make if he had to make the game better. And everything that I want to happen in the game is on that list. Everything. And he even included a couple more that was like, oh, well, that's actually a good idea. I didn't think about that. Like, if they made Bellola and his team in charge of making changes to the game and improve it, I don't know, it's kind of stupid how a small YouTube team can fix all the issues. And then a big corporation like Blizzard, they just think they know better and don't want to listen. And they just make the game bad because, you know, they don't want to listen. It's so stupid. So yeah, that's what's wrong with the game nowadays. I just realized I entered a dungeon. It's just like, what do you call it? Without thinking about it, I queued up for a dungeon, I entered. If it didn't need to be fixed, then leave it alone. It was fine the way it was. I thought... Don't get wrong... I heal? I thought, don't get wrong, I love the new material, but the game was fine. It's a really difficult thing, because it's... I always like to say that the World of Warcraft has gone away from a MMORPG experience into a MMO arcade experience. Like, all of a sudden, all these things that needs to stick with you, that makes it feel like you're building up a character that, you know, when you do stuff in a certain expansion, it stays with you in the next expansion. For example, Legion. All the Legion artifact appearance. It stays with you. But nowadays, it's like Blizzard think that people only want to, like, have this short-term, fast and furious adrenaline type experience where they take all the progress away from you, and then a new season starts, and then you have to regrind everything. Then once that's done, a new season starts, and you have to regrind everything. They think that's what the players want. Sure, there is a small portion of players that want that, but there's also a huge part of the player base that don't want that. We just want to play an RPG game where the things that we do matters and doesn't get taken away and reset every single new season. What are they doing? Oh, notice the color theme. I love that. It's all blue and one pink. I always find it funny that Paladins have the pink color when it came to the class colors. By the way, we're listening to a fantasy music playlist which I have paid expensive money to be able to play on YouTube without getting copyright striked. And even though I've done that on my, not the last stream, but the stream before that, I played the same kind of music from that paid service that I'm paying for, and somebody still copyright striked it. It's kind of silly. I can't even go back and like figure out what the song is called, because, you know, it doesn't say anywhere, you know, what song was playing at which part of the stream. So I would actually need to like go in and manually scroll through all the different music they have on there, and I have like literally thousands of songs that I need to go through. I'm just kind of like, just let it be not monetized. When I get a notification on Facebook, I have to like click into the Facebook tab. Just kind of like turn off the notification so it doesn't pop up in my tab. Because if my wife is writing me, I need to be able to see. And the notification confuses me. So. Oh right, I need to buy bags. That is actually a new thing that I need to do. Why are people waiting? Every single time we've been going to... Oh wait, I didn't actually loot the boss? Like, he has something. Don't hit them? What does he mean? Don't hit them? The tank is telling us not to hit them. I guess he's meaning like don't pull them. But he's just kind of like AFKing, standing still. He's not really doing anything. I think this guy might be a new tank. So he was like trying to, you know, practice tanking. So he's just like standing still and trying to figure out who he should be pulling. Oh, I got a new ability. Put that on my bar. Check his achievements. He's not a new player. I have no new player empathy for you. Like, I understand if it's a new player who's like, you know, still testing out how tanking works. But he's not a... I mean, he's not an experienced player either, but he's not new. Oh, I don't actually have that. Alright, got new gloves. See how that looks like. See, this is what I do to like get exciting things happening in the game. I get excited about new gloves. How they look like? Oh. I just talked about how I disliked the new appearance options for the high mountain being red. Now I got the red gloves. Okay. So I definitely need a new bag. Off the auction house. This is not good enough. Let's change music. I don't know what this is. This one? Called Elves Ceremony. Very like fantasy-like. Okay, so bags. Containers, bag. Oh, they're expensive. Well, if you're buying the 32 slot ones. Usually what I like to do is I like to buy the cheap ones. And then if I decide this is going to be a main character, I'll then take this guy, take all the what you call the bags that I buy now, and put them in the bank instead. Then I'll get the good bags for my character. I'll get one more. Kinda annoying running out of space. So we have plenty for the runs. Oh, look at this! Because I didn't pick them up. Okay, so fly. Oop. Go. Actually get everything. Oh, these are for like when I finish the dungeon runs. So I'm actually in for quite a big treat. Get anything? Shoes. Awesome. Necklace. I don't even have a necklace. That's good. Didn't I have 3? I guess not. Huh. Well, we got space now. That's important. We transmog. One that will look correct. And there we go. Next one. Yes, I've been a little bit back and forward about which race I wanted to play when it came to Shaman. Is the music really loud? Kind of feel like it is, but it might just be in my headset. That wasn't really for anyone to tell me if the music is loud, because I can see the audio meter. I don't need to. But I turned it down just a little. Music is fine. Awesome. Yeah, so I've been experimenting a little bit with what race I wanted to play. I have all alliance characters right now, so I want to find some sort of horde character I can play as well. And so far, you know, I'm just deciding to level up a couple of different horde characters that I want to have, and then kind of get the feeling, you know, does it feel right to me? Can I see this be a... Because I want this to be a main. I have my Druid on Alliance, that's my main. And then I have a Paladin and a Priest, which is kind of like, what do you call it? Like alts. Alts they're called. Cool that you're doing this, bro. You're in the sub. Oh, thank you. So yeah, now I've reached to a point where I'm testing out Tauren. However, the issue is that I hate Tauren totems, which I mentioned earlier when Casper was only here. But the High Mountain Tauren totems look updated, they look high pixelated, like, you know, what do you call it? High pixel counts. So they look really good. So this is something I could definitely see myself play instead of Tauren. The only issue is that they don't look very good right now. Like, they have bad appearance options. But that is getting fixed next patch. They're getting a bunch of new appearance changes. Do a zombie for a horde character. Oh, so the undead? They can't be shaman though. But I was considering it if they could be. I think undead characters are really cool. But yeah, they would need to have... Imagine a undead totem. That would be kind of badass though. Something death-like they put on the ground. Like Forsaken themed. That would actually be really cool. I'm pretty stuck on it being a shaman though, because I want to have one of each armor type. So I have my plate, Druid, my leather, and I have a cloth, which is my priest. The plate is a paladin, and I just need to have a male type character. So, you know, with this armor type, and I had the option between a hunter or a shaman. And I've tried Hunter. I have a Forsaken Hunter at level 60. You know, the undead one. But for some reason, I don't know. Hunter is one of those that I see myself like, you know, I could imagine it being fun. But then I play it. And then I think Shaman is just 100 times more fun to play. I think it's because it reminds me a bit of Druid. It's like the gameplay style. I think that's why I think it's fun. So I decided I wanted to do a shaman, and I was just trying to figure out what race it had to be. I can actually, you know what I'll do? I'll show you the new customization option. Because notice how the color of the horns are, right? They're brown. They look like wood, essentially. Like they look like wood. The color theme. So if I were to go back to the PTR, looks a lot better. It looks 100 times better. Oh hey, Shadow Dova. Yeah, we're doing Shaman. Are you saying that like between Hunter and Shaman? Because yeah, I definitely would rather do Shaman. Like, have you seen the new appearance options for Tauren? Or the High Mountain Tauren, they're called. Like, it looks really good. Like, this is more like an ivory color rather than the really ugly, what do you call it? Regular colored. This one right here. Ugh. This is the normal color, the only color we can pick right now in live. This is the PTR, by the way, so this is like for the next patch that is coming out, so we can see all the new options and stuff. All these other colors are 100 times better. Like, look at this one. This one is cool. And with the what do you call it, the engravings inside the horn, it looks really awesome. See, there's some horn decoration. How do I get rid of that? Also get rid of the face thing. Why do we have face stuff? I have no idea. Oh, there's horn decorations. What? I like to have a plain character without stuff on it. Where's the face stuff? Headdress. Here we go. There we go. Do blue. Yeah, so like the horn stuff, like they have amazing new horn styles. And you can customize them separately, which is like really awesome. This one looks really cool too. Bulldozer. Kind of a fan of the wide load, but the bulldozer looks really good too. I think it's because the wide load has more of a dark tip. Not just saying shaman, what a weird word. Shaman. No, just saying shaman, what a weird word. It's one of those, do you say shaman or shaman? Is that what you're saying as well with chaman or shaman? Yeah, I don't even know what's the right way to pronounce it. I think it might depend on a UK phrasing or a US phrasing. I think shaman, I think that's US, and then shaman might be like more UK. I don't know. Yeah, but these new options, they look amazing. You can actually make something look really intimidating. Shaman. You're in love? With who? With this guy? Hopefully with your wife, Casper. Yeah, but this is what I'm looking forward to. I'm also really liking the we call it this stuff, the paint. Look really cool. But for now, I'm just kind of stuck with. Wait, did my music stop? I was just really low. There we go. Yeah, so now we're stuck with this. Even the horn decorations with the feathers, they're just stuck to that horn type. So if I wanted to change change the horns into a different type, then they would go away. Which is kind of stupid that they didn't separate. You know what I'm kind of afraid of? I'm afraid that I fall in love with the High Mountain Tauren. Then all of a sudden they make new changes to another race, and I'm like, oh my god, that is so exciting. Then I want to play that race instead. Because new is always exciting. You up? Hopefully that won't happen. It's a fun thing. because I used to think that Taurens were my least favorite horde race of all time. And the High Mountain Tauren were just an even worse version of that, because they didn't have the bullhorn. So, you know, I didn't really like that. But then about a year ago, I think, I started changing my mind, and I started just making a bunch of Taurens. And I thought they looked amazing in Plate and in, you know, and all the different armor types. Like, it looks really amazing. Like, imagine, it's just like having this bulldozer running towards you. It's intimidating. NF Resto Druid? Night Fae Resto Druid with a Balance Affinity and Heart of the Wild. I have to be completely honest. I've heard Heart of the Wild so many times, but I never really knew what it meant. Like an ability, a talent ability, I'm guessing. But yeah, Resto Druid with Balance Affinity, that's what I've been playing so far too. With my Kultiran. I'll go in and I'll heal, and then I'll pop into balance form. I'll start shooting off all over the place. High Mountain Tauren got Power Crypts. What does that mean? Power Crypts. Because they look powerful? Because they do. Especially the charge. Have you seen it? This one right here. You can do it in wolf form too. If you do it, the wolf will still be in wolf form and you'll charge ahead, and it looks really awesome. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something really, really awesome about Tauren. And I just learned yesterday that the reason their horns are like this is because they were blessed by Cenarius. Because they saved Ekaro or something. The one that you can get as a mount. This one. But back when it was alive. Dude, Taurens are the best race of the Horde. And yes, I know Orcs and Blood Elves. But, come on, look at them. They are beefy, have horns, and the best goddamn dance to the BM people. The peanut butter jelly dance. I never really liked their dance. I mean, it's fun, but it's kind of like, I don't know. I'm sorry, but they look incredible. The High Mountain? Yeah, I'm starting to dig them too. Like, I've always thought like the Taurens were like, well, I used to think Taurens were really bad looking, and I would never touch a Tauren. And then a year ago, I started making a bunch of Taurens, and, you know, like Paladins, and Druid, now a Shaman. And then, like, a couple of days ago, I was like, wait, they're getting new customization options in 9.1.5. How do they look like? And now that I went to the PTAR and I saw how they look like, it looks so much better. And I realized that the reason I've been hating the High Mountain Tauren race is because I disliked their customization options. They have so few. And the few they have, they're tied into, like, you're forced to have all this decoration on them, which I don't like having on my character. No matter the race, I don't like having custom, like, those jewelries and stuff. Power creep is when the meta gets replaced by stronger things. Oh, so let me just read it again. Yeah, they did get power creep then, with the appearances. Yeah, goddamn right, that dance right there, so many keyboards broke. Ah, the good times. I could see it being a really, like, you know, when you kill someone and then you start dancing on top of their body. Like, it's really provocative, the way they dance. Because it's so stupid. It's like getting killed by a gnome. And you're just kind of like, oh, no. If you're this big Tauren and you just got killed by this small gnome, then it's a little humiliating. But if a Tauren starts dancing on top of you with that silly dance, it's like they're not even taking the fight serious. Kinda. Why are we not queuing up? I went as a healer. Healers are supposed to get queues like that. Oh, that reminds me, I actually have something to drink. Second. When I say I got something to drink, I don't mean water. I think I just made a big noise into the microphone by placing this on the table. I just did it again. My goddamn cat ran over my keyboard and killed my entire setup. Oh! Yeah, that's not fun. I sometimes spend hours setting up my everything. Or do you mean like your actual setup on the desk? Because that will be annoying too. Oh, you made up your mind you're getting back into the game? I actually, like, no kidding, Epic Domain. I quit the game about 1.5 months ago. I just came back to the game, but I'd actually quit the game for 2 months because of the whole, like, I just had a huge rant that some of you may not have heard about all the things I thought was wrong with the game. And the only reason I kept playing it, even though they had all these things in BFA and the start of Shadowlands, like everything was still wrong with the game. But I kept playing because of nostalgia. Because, you know, I played Warcraft 3 as a kid and I just loved the game. Like, I loved the universe of the World of Warcraft. And when Blizzard then got in trouble, I didn't quit the game because, oh, Blizzard mistreated their employees. Like, you know, it's a bad thing they did it, but it wasn't my reason for quitting. My reason for quitting was because it was like the last straw that I needed to cut my nostalgia to the game. Because the only thing that kept me playing was nostalgia. And that's what got cut there. But then I started, like, you know, I started missing playing the game, and I missed going mount farming, I missed Transmog hunting. So I got back to the game again. But I still hope they'll fix things. Kill, get CC chained, and then get away with 5% HP just to get a cyclone, and you see this big bulldozer looking MFO start dancing. Oh, that would actually be fun to do. Like, I actually considered making a Tauren Druid back, like, right before I quit the game, actually, for those 2 months. Yeah, like, that would be fun. Like, you know what? Let's make a macro for it. Let's make a dance macro. Do we have one? Do not have one. But let's make one. Need to have a silly icon. So we'll do /dance. Oh right, I got a an add-on now, so I can actually search for icons. Imagine that you need to get an add-on to search for icons inside the macros. Imagine that not just being part of the main game, like built into the game. That's silly. Is there a silly looking Tauren here? There's not. We'll find one of them, just something that's silly. Let's do this guy. Save it. And we'll place it here. The devs act like entitled pricks. That's the biggest thorn in the eye for me. Yeah, they do. Not just with how they treat employees, but also with how they treat the players. They think they know better than us. They think they're like on top of this pedestal, and you know, whatever we're asking for, we just don't know any better, you know. That's what I hate about it, the whole situation. I quit, but I have been playing it when it first came out. I'm drawn to the world. Yeah, same thing. Oh. I mean, you get mad, but on the flip side, look at the moves on that beefy boy. You know, Shadow Dova, I think you've actually made me... Because one of the things I actually still dislike about Tauren is their dance. And I think you've just changed my mind. Because now I'm kind of like, you know what? So maybe he doesn't have the coolest dance, but it's so provocative if you're in a PvP situation and you kill someone. Or put them in a cyclone or something. It's hilarious when they killed any hype for the Burning Crusade Classic within 6 weeks. Yeah, right? They kept preaching about wanting to make it this, you know, old, nostalgic experience. They wouldn't change anything. What happened? They saw that people actually started enjoying Classic, and they saw an opportunity to earn more money. So they started putting in store items, and you know, they started doing all the mistakes that people don't like from the live version of the game. Maybe I can sell this. But yeah, we gamers need to rise up, and that's what people have been doing. The reason that half the subscriber base is gone now, since the whole crisis thing happened at Blizz, is because we finally decided, you know what, we had enough. We don't want to deal with this anymore. They don't know better than us, and they do whatever they feel like they want to do. Like, it's... Some people would argue that, well, it's not our game, it's the game company's game, and they can do whatever they want, because it's their game, right? And if they want to make it bad, then so be it, you know, it's their game. No, it's not. When you get to a point, like the World of Warcraft has reached, where you have such a big community, it's suddenly not just your game anymore. It's everyone's game. And they need to listen to what the people want at this point. No one should quit a game because of what a company does, but because of the game itself, it is fun, I like it. Things like that. Exactly. I don't think that, you know, Blizzard mistreating their employees is a reason for quitting the game. Because if you enjoy playing a game, your happiness should not be destroyed because Blizzard decided to fuck things up. That is not a good reason, I think. If you decide to quit the game because of how they mistreated employees, so be it. Do that. I don't really care. Like, you need to do what you feel is the right thing to do in that situation. But quit the game if you feel that it's bad. That's exactly what you need to do. That's the point where you need to be like, okay, you know what? Now we need to make a stand. As, like, a community. We need to make a stand and tell the developers we don't want to deal with this anymore. It's when the game is bad, which it is right now. I hope, by God, that the reason that we're getting all these new customization options, or for example torrents, like they're doing a bunch of updating with the race appearances. I hope they're not just doing it to please us because they have no new content to give us. That's one of the reasons, but I hope it's not 100% of the reason. I hope they're doing it because they realize that we want to play an RPG and not an arcade game that resets every single patch. All the progress we've made gets thrown in the trash and we can't use it anymore. I hope they realize that we want to have a personalized experience where we can customize our characters in the way that we want them to look like. That's what I hope they realize. You're paying full price for a part of a game that it maybe will be finished plus the monthly sub. Exactly. Imagine then that you have pay to win in the game. Because I haven't even talked about the fact that we can buy WoW tokens. WoW tokens is kind of like this weird thing where, you know, it's technically pay to win, but because it's pay to win with an extra step, all of a sudden it's okay. And I have to be honest, I've bought WoW tokens before. I bought a WoW token because I wanted to get the what do you call it? The stone drake, you know, the one that transforms you into a stone drake so you can carry another person, because I wanted to have it so I could carry around my wife inside the game when we were playing together. And I also bought a WoW token when I wanted to get the balance of power. What do you call it? Not balance of power. Is it? Yeah, balance of power. The hidden skin. You know, the one you get from doing a plus 15. So I never really did it to get gear, you know, for pay to win reason, but I got it to you know, get appearances in the game. Because that is okay. I think buying appearances is okay. But as soon as it becomes pay to win, it's not okay. You know, I'm acceptable for buying a piece of armor, just the appearance, not the actual item level, just the appearance from the store. I'm okay with that. but I'm not okay when it gives you a winning benefit in a game you're already paying a monthly sub for, and you're paying for the expansion. That is not okay. Of course, people are going to get mad. 15 years of the same thing. Yeah, I think it's just sort of like, now with Blizzard fucking things up with their employees, it just finally drove people over the edge. And I'm glad it happened.
I do not have a target.
Let me rephrase that. I'm not glad they mistreated employees. I'm glad that they got into a situation where people finally realized, you know what? We don't want to deal with that anymore. Because they're doing bad things outside of mistreating employees too. And I'm glad people finally realized, you know what? We had enough. Have I met your new love? I have not. You talked about it previously. What is your new love that you're in love with? Blizzard should listen to the people because we pay for the membership and the add-ons. Yeah. I mean, I don't... Well, actually, no, that's actually true. Because Cygo Guides is something I used to pay for. I don't pay for it anymore. It was something I paid for because I wanted to play the game in a way where I could collect things. Cygo is just really good for that. Oh no, he's the type of... I just realized now he's the type of tank who doesn't skip anything. He wants to kill everything, every boss and everything. Oh, wait, we got something here. I can dispel people now. 1 second. Is that the right one? No, it's not. Is that the right one? Yes, it is. Okay. Now I can dispel people. I used to have an add-on for mouse over clicking called Click. Funny enough. But it was so annoying. Like if I had to go to another computer, I had to bring my add-on with me with all the changes every time. And just creating a mouse over macro in here instead, it's account wide and it follows you whatever computer you sit on. Because I sit inside too and play. We have a African grey parrot called Merlin that we love. And every day after work, I go inside and I sit at a desk right next to him to entertain him. He has this entire room just for himself in our house. So he can fly around and have fun. So yeah, when I have to go from here to inside on that other computer, it's so annoying if I have to bring add-ons with. Oh, that's what you meant with balance affinity. What had you been using before? Feral affinity? I used to do feral affinity, and then I realized that balance was a lot more fun. And all of a sudden healing became like 10 times more fun to do. Okay, so dude, if people pay for sub, that would be fine. Mostly hear me out. Well, read me out. If you tell someone, hey, you gotta pay full price plus sub to play this, say vanilla, then Burning Crusade rolls out. Pay full price plus sub. Second. Because this pull is... Why is he pulling everything? We could just have walked around. Is he a new player? He's a new player. I'll forgive him. I'll just let him do his own thing. But there's a twist. Burning Crusade doesn't get full release and it just release Wrath of the Lich King. I have to understand that first message first. While making sure people don't die. If someone tell you, hey, you gotta pay full price plus sub to play this, say vanilla, then Burning Crusade rolls out. Pay full price plus sub. But there's a twist, Burning Crusade doesn't get full release. They just release Wrath of the Lich King. I don't think I quite understand what you mean. Shadow. Oh, is this new? Have this axe. Yeah. I mean, it's better than nothing. Wait, is it two-handed? That made it so much better. It was quite tiny, though, for a two-hand. Gigantic War Axe, it's called. And I just said it was tiny. kind of noticing that the music isn't really that dramatic. Let me just find a We're sitting here looking about the screen, finding music. There we go. Fine. There we go. Yeah, you might have to rephrase that, Shadow. I couldn't understand it the way it was written. I understand it as, imagine that you then pay subscription for Burning Crusade, but then it's Wrath of the Lich King instead. And then you have to pay a separate for that one. By the way, we're gonna wipe here, because the tank is new, and he doesn't know how to do this dungeon properly. So, are we gonna wipe? Pull him back. Pull him back. Oh, he's actually doing it. Never mind. We may actually survive. Yeah, this dungeon. Oh, I can dispel now. Not the fear, though. I should have had my tremor totem on me, but the low level. Yeah, this dungeon. This dungeon is actually really fun if you're with a group that knows what they're doing, because there's a bunch of skips in this group, in this dungeon here. Like, you don't have to kill any bosses except this guy, and then the last one. You can skip everything else, pretty much. But this guy doesn't know that. Or maybe he just believes that we get extra XP. Which we do, but worth it. The storylines get finished, but what about all the expansion? Then say, hey, here is 5 new things that are going to be... It's so hard reading out messages. There we go. Okay, kill them. You know what I'll do? I'll read it after we're done with the dungeon, because it takes concentration. Okay, I don't have that. He can keep it. I say that like he's forced to give it to me if I want it. Oh no, you went the wrong way. Actually, no, you didn't. You're fine. Shaman, you know what I'm gonna do? First of all, I'm gonna figure out who pulled this thing out. Spino Ragnaros. How many achievement points do you think he has? I am going to guess 4,000. This guy's been playing the game for a long time. Why did he pull out the Earth Elemental? Guess he was just kind of like, hey, I got a new spell. I want to test it out. Could be. He just reached level 45. Yeah, the scaling is really bad. It's the fun thing is that the lower level you are, the easier it is. Because my healing spells, because I only have 2 of them, are incredibly powerful. Like, it's stupidly insane how much I heal. Like, just putting Riptide on someone heals them up to full health. And it shouldn't, but it does. And that's because it's low level scaling, because I still need to do as much healing as a level 49 character, even though I'm just level 18. So what do? They make up for that by making my single target healing spells more powerful, which I think is funny. Yeah, I really like the totems. I want to place a totem. It's a bad... Okay, too long didn't to read. It's a bad move by a company to build customer trust. If you're talking about the way they build up Burning Crusade right now, yeah, you're right. It is a really bad way to build... It's a company that has, you know, a fixated eye on earning as much money as possible. It's like pissing your pants. It feels warm for a second, but then in the future it's going to start feeling cold. It's a really it's a good here and now decision, but it's a really bad long-term decision. Imagine if they just released the Burning Crusade in a normal fashion, without all the drama and the store items and all that stuff. They would have made so much more money long-sighted, but because they have to make a lot of money short-sighted for the, you know, all the investors and stuff like that, they decide to screw over the player base so they can make a lot of money here and now. Because it looks better on paper. Like, they keep trying to think a couple of months ahead instead of trying to think long-term. Like, how do we grow this game out long-term? So you're right with your message. It's a really weird way. Like, isn't it a professional company? I don't know. It just kind of feels like it's run by amateur marketing executives that can just like see just past their nose what's better for the game. Not talking about just Burning Crusade, but every expansion. Okay, let me read it again. Gotta pay full price plus sub to play this, say, vanilla, then it's Burning Crusade rolls out, you have to pay full price plus sub. But there's a twist, Burning Crusade doesn't get full release. And they just released Wrath of the Lich King. Burning Crusade doesn't get full release. Didn't they release the full thing back in the day? Oh, by the way, did you guys see the new Nightborn glowy hands? What do you think about the glowy hands? I went to the PTR to like see how they look like. And I would love to get your opinion on how you think they look. I just say, like, I'm happy they gave us glowy hands, because people have been wanting it for a long time. I just really wish that they had, you know, actually made the Legion version of the glowy hands. And not just... It just kind of feels like they painted out the fingertips of them. I hope they'll change it, so we actually get mana flowing out from their hands instead of just, like, a paint over. It looks really bad. Again, glad we have it, and they gave it, but, you know, not really the version that we asked for. It reminds me of, like, I had this experience when I was a kid. Like, I was living with my stepdad since I was, like, 1 year old, right? My mom and my stepdad. So one day, I went over to my biological dad, and I told him I really liked Spider-Man. And what he then did was he bought me, not a Spider-Man, but a spider, like a toy spider. And it was like, you know, I was grateful for getting it and everything, but it's not really what you asked for, was it? That's what I feel like the glowy hands feels like. Dan is an example just that. Oh, don't die. To be honest, I don't think the marketing suits give a single fuck about the products. Yet they don't. They've proven that time and time again. Mostly because they work in 3 years somewhere else in Silicon Valley. Yeah, like they just want to make a really successful here and now product. They don't care about the growth of the products. Hopefully the new CEOs, because if you look at the new CEOs and their background, like they seem like the right type of people to put the company on track. And I hope they are. Like they hired that the lady and the guy to be like a dual CEO type of thing. I hope they can make things right. I always wanted to know what that was. Like, why do they become angels? I mean, it's probably because you're killing a priest. But do they actually do anything? Or is it just, like, for visual? What? Why? Okay, I guess we're kiting them back here. I've never seen that being done before. Maybe that's how they used to do it back in the day. If I check this guy's achievements, maybe he's like an old player. No, he's not. He's a new player. Well, you know, I'll give credit where credit is due. That would have been the right strategy for a difficult dungeon. That would have been the right way to handle it. The only thing is that this is a very easy dungeon, so we didn't have to do it, but... You know, kudos for thinking like a tank. Sure. I get the feeling that the new CEOs were just the only people in the up employment plans that aren't able to be cancelled. Maybe. Maybe there's some hidden agenda we don't know about. But I usually say prepare yourself for the worst, but hope for the best. That's kind of like my life philosophy when it comes to the unknown that you're kind of like hoping for. So I'm hoping for the best with the new CEOs. Hope that they will go in and say, wait a second, guys. What is this pile of donkey do that you have been, you know, business philosophy you've been using for the past many years? Why have you been doing it like this? Do it like this instead. Dude, if I'm gonna come up with a product and I want profit, yes, of course, but longevity is critical. It is. We're not talking about a product that is going to be replaced by another product in, you know, 3 years. We're talking about a product that is more than 15 years old, that is hopefully going to be another 15 years old. So you don't need to think short term, you have to think long term. That's the good part. In which way could it get worse? I like that way of thinking. Could it get any worse? If Blizzard shut down the servers tomorrow, it could get worse. Because I hope that you know, like the day that for some reason Blizzard decides that there's gonna be no more expansions and, you know, the game has run its course. I hope that they're still going to have servers up and at least some people maintaining the servers so that people can still play. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Well, better get the loop. Yeah, then you're pretty prepared for the next thing they're gonna do to us. So I'm trying to, like, as I'm playing, I'm trying to figure out how I like High Mountain Tauren. Like, I have to be honest, I'm definitely liking it more than regular Tauren. The only thing that I'm like constantly looking at is the horns, because I don't like the current horns. But I know they're going to get changed in the PTR. So I keep telling myself, okay, Daniel, don't be conceited and like think that this is how your character is going to be looking like. It's going to look different. And I'm really liking the way that they look. I think it's throwing me a little bit off to see a Tauren where the horns are actually sticking up. Because that's not something I'm used to seeing on my Tauren. I usually have the horns very small. Whoa, 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 whoa. We need to turn in. Or quest. Where is she? Longevity is kinda irrelevant to someone who earns 5 million during his work year at Blizzard. The funny thing is they move on like Locust and ruin the next big franchise. That's true. That is why they're ruining, most likely. Okay, you know what? Let's do. Did I just get something here? Oh, a PvP talent. Well, I'm playing a healer right now. Doesn't really matter. Chamois power? Alright, because we're like 3 shamans. Wait, hold on. Those are the same 2 shamans from the run we did where we could have skipped everything, but the guy was new and he didn't. The tank just made a joke, and nobody answered him. I felt bad. He was like, Shaman power! Because there's so many. And it was just like dead silent in the chat. Oh, I got something. Ooh, I don't have this one. This is probably my favorite part about doing old expansions. Like, you get to farm old stuff. The Torn Heritage armor is so much cooler. Like, the regular Torn? Like, I've unlocked the regular Torn Heritage armor. And I thought, when I unlocked it, that I was gonna think it was way cooler than it was. I think I'm just not really into, like, the Torn look when it comes to, like, the way they dress and stuff. At least not for my characters. Uh-oh. Oh no. Yay, I actually got to use a totem. For reals, and not just for fun. I actually don't know how the High Mountain Heritage looks like. I remember I wanted to unlock the regular Torn Heritage armor because of the totem on the back. But then once I actually got it, it fit none of my Transmog. Whoa, Mr. Rogue. Ah, they're making fun of the scaling as well, just like you guys did. I wish I had Chain Lightning or my Capacitator totem. I mean, can't go wrong with the loop. It's a solid option for both good and bad. Yeah, it's that's good point. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Where's my AoE heals? I don't have them yet. Oh, but I can do this. Boom. Do I stun them when I run through them? Because I don't feel like I am. People say that... At least I think I've read on forums that if you want to play either high mount, like if you want to play a Druid, for example, or just any other class as Shaman, then regular Torn is always the best choice. Because they have the AoE stun. But I don't really understand how the charge works. Isn't it a stun as well, just in a linear direction instead of a circle? It doesn't feel like it. Ragnarok server on US is the most dreadful experience. I've on the EU servers, I think that it's the oh, what is it called? I forgot the name of it now. There's a particular server, none of these are from it, that are just like the most toxic server on the entire place. Something with KRALL something. I don't know why I can't remember the name now. Like something I always remember. Yeah. Why nobody laughing at my joke? Don't tell me we got beef by a... Oh crap, he's dying. Not doing my job. Oh, I can dispel? No. Because it's poison. You don't do poison dispel. Magic and curse. It ain't a stun, it's just a mild inconvenience like a mosquito. Oh. But you know what? It looks cool. And that's all that matters, right? In an MMO full of min-maxers. Now I really want to go check out how the Heritage armor looks like, because I really don't remember. You know what I think? I think I'm gonna like the totem for the High Mountain a lot better than the totem you get with the regular Tauren Heritage. It would be so much cooler is that would be a pushback. That would be cool. Imagine like if you could charge and then they get like knocked off like a ledge or something. You know, in a PvP arena, not an arena, a battleground where you can fall off and die. That would be fun. And it's an instant cast. You don't charge it. You just click it and boom, you charge ahead. Maybe I should start attacking to help out. Made it sound like I just finished off the boss because I had to start attacking. I have the stun will be full of High Mountain Tauren. That would be fun. Imagine like everyone piled up in the center, then you just charge through and you just see like 20 people fly off. That is one of the reasons why if I were to play on that specific map, I always play a Elemental Shaman. Because they have the knockback on a 45-second cooldown. Like, it's super fun. That's actually something that I've always... I always avoided playing Elemental Shaman. And then I started getting into it. Because I don't like the idea of... What do you call it? Any type of class, spec, that relies on minions do the fighting for them. For some reason I just don't like it. Like I don't mind a hunter, but when you have like summoners, like warlocks, elemental shamans, that type of thing. But then I found out, because I actually decided to play elemental shaman seriously, that they don't really rely on pets that much. It's more of just a cooldown you can use. So that made it more interesting for me to play, and I found out that elemental shaman is apparently a really good range class for PvP. I was like, huh. Let's actually go ahead and try that out. And it's super fun. It is literally one of the most fun range specs in the game that I've tried so far. Oh, I hate that I can't dispel them because it's poison. It looks cool, but how cool... yeah, how cool it looks getting trampled by a 7.8 inches bull on steroids while screaming. I can't read that out. That's actually funny, like, I would... Oh crap, he died so fast. Whoops. Well, he's not blaming me. That's the good thing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Everyone's dying. Everyone's dying. Fine. We're good. Kill them. I'll tap into my primal healing powers of the High Mountain by clicking one spell. And sometimes a Riptide when it comes off cooldown. Oh, right! He has this thing. It's tanking for us. I love the Earth Elemental in situations like this. I love hearing stories from my wife, because she mains a Draenei Shaman. I love hearing stories from her when she tells me about moments where she would go into, you know, an instance of some sort. And, you know, she was the last person alive. And she would pull out the Earth Elemental, which would keep them alive just long enough. Well, it might have been her and like 2 others. And then it would keep them alive long enough for them to actually win. Oh no! Ah, don't die! There we go. Oh, he died.
I need to target something first.
Alright, we survived. We're fine. Immediately explodes. Nobody can read that word. It's the same thing with the Earth and Wall Totem that you can get as a talent for Resto Shaman. Like, I really love that ability, but min-maxers will tell you not to pick it. Like, they'll tell you to pick this one over here. Ancestral Vigor. Because it's like an overall buff that you apply to people whenever you heal them. But I like the Earth and Wall Totem, which they claim is completely useless in like extremely high mythic keys. Because when you place it, it gets destroyed instantly. If I sometime, like in the future, if I decide to play, you know, like let's say this Shaman here. If I find out that the Earth Totem gets instantly destroyed, I might switch talents. Until then, I'm sticking to it. I love it. Too much love. You're calling me a noob? Casper! Don't tell me you're a min-maxer. Actually, I don't even have to say it. You probably are. Where's the music? There we go. We just make sure that I have more music. I feel like the music is just like so quiet. I don't hear anything. There we go. A min Casper? Yeah, that's what we could call it. Oh, this one is new. I mean, what can you expect from old content? Oh, I can show it off now. So I'm in wolf form. And then we charge. It gives us like a sprint. 2-minute cooldown sprint. That sprints this far. That's probably the best thing it's useful for. Well, I didn't kill everyone, Casper. The tank pulled too much. Don't tell them. Oh wait, I'm not. Oh, I was buffed. Okay, I'm fine. Just imagine the druids in the dungeon could revive the Transmogs.
I am out of range.
The ones that you fight? I hope not. That would be horrible.
I do not have a target.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the stream, Epic Domain. Yeah, if you want to be a streamer, you have to answer people in the chat. Some people don't realize that. Some people who stream think that, like, they have this dream of wanting to stream and make money off of it. But it's primarily just, like, this dream they have that comes from a place of, I want to play video games, and I want to just do that all day and make money while doing it. But that's not the right mindset, because then you just sit there and play and you just don't care about the chat. And think you are making a career out of it, but you're not. So just a small tip for anyone who wants to be a streamer. Don't just sit and don't say anything. Like, you have to be 50% an entertainer and 50% play the game. That is how it functions if you want to be a streamer. Too bad some people don't realize. Oh, grab this one. I wonder if they're gonna get mad at me taking it off. Oh, we can charge! I actually kind of like this charge, the bull rush. It's fast. Okay, so I have to keep remembering, because I have to check up on the heritage armor afterwards. I need to know if it's something... Oh! Oh, something else we need to do as well. Because right now, Oh, no. Wait, hold on. I do have the tabard. I think I'm good. Right? I think I just need to hit level 50. And then I can get the Heritage Armor. Because with the Tauren, I had to put on the Tauren tabard. Otherwise, I couldn't get it. Because you had to get a certain reputation to get it. But I think with the allied races, you just need to get to max to level 50, right? 199% boobies. Yeah, you're talking about the Twitch thoughts. It's something that infuriates my wife constantly. That, you know, they'll sit there and they'll, you know, they won't even be doing what they're in, like, are trying to tell people they're doing, like they're playing a game, but it's like minimized to like this tiny little thing, and you just have like a zoom in on this area of their bodies. You know what Twitch thoughts are? They are girls who wants to do porn, but they're too shy to actually label themselves as porn actresses. They are doing porn by doing Twitch and having their boobs out. They are doing it. They're doing softcore porn. That's what they're doing. But they just don't want to label themselves as doing that. So Twitch is kind of like an excuse to like say that, oh no, we're not doing porn. We're just streamers. You know. So it's not as much. I don't have anything against Twitch thoughts, but it's the whole delusion behind it that I think is super weird. That they think they're doing something, but they're just lying to themselves. Strong, independent girl streamer. That would be a person who is actually playing the game like the guys would be, you know, by having the screen in a way that is normal and not just fixated on this part of their body. That would be an actual girl stream power. Because they actually do it to stream. They don't do it to do softcore. Shaman or Druid? Casper is asking. Ooh, that's a difficult choice, because you're asking me to choose between my two mains. I haven't found my specific main horde character yet for Shaman, but I do have my Kulturan Druid. That depends. What specifically are you looking for, Casper? What exactly entices you about making this new character? Do you want to heal? Do you want to do PvP? Do you want to have a character that just like defines fun or utility? Like what reason do you have for wanting to make this new character? Because I have different answers depending on. I was streaming on console and I had people subbing and they left and unsubbed. When I came to computer, I had people watching me on console, and now on PC they could care less. It is... Streaming is not as easy as it was back in the days. Same thing with YouTubing. Because, I don't know if some people might not know this. This is my secondary channel. This is my hobby channel. I'm actually a YouTuber as a daily job. Like, I do YouTube at a daily basis. That is my job. But I do it on another channel. And YouTube used to be so easy. Like, if I'd known YouTube would blow up to be this thing, I would have given it a much better effort back in the days, because it required nothing. You didn't even have to have good equipment. You just need to have a fun personality back in the day. Today, the standards are so higher. Same thing when it comes to streaming. You can't just sit and play. Unless you're an actual famous Counter-Strike Go player, you know, people actually come to watch because they're skilled. You can't just sit and stream. Like, you have to entertain and you have to have personality, and people need a reason to watch you other than just the game. The game is side content to you as a streamer. kick names, taking ass. Well, that's okay. So I would say if you're looking to get a more brawling experience where you run in and you feel like you're fighting, you know, axe against axe type of thing, I would definitely say shamans. They feel powerful when you play them in combat, as a enhancement shaman, that is. And if you want to do more of a stealth, sneaky type of kick-ass gameplay, then Druid. And I'm of course talking about. Oh, I got something. Feral Druid.
I must get closer.
Wait, was that the boss? We're done now. Ooh. Wait, there is also the Oh yeah, we have. One sec. Just want to make sure people actually know that there's a second part. Make a bad video and the algorithm is done with you. It's actually kind of a fun thing, because the algorithm on YouTube used to be this thing where, like, of course it counts consistency. So if you have, like, Monday and Wednesday, that's the days you upload on, then it does value it that you have, like, a serious upload schedule. But it's really about, it's actually a lot more about making your videos appeal to the people watching nowadays. Whereas it used to just be about tricking the algorithm. Teleporting? So yeah, like, I'm one of the lucky ones, because the reason that I'm actually living off doing YouTube teaching, you know, multimedia design, is because I was lucky enough to start early. I wanted to be a YouTuber early on. And had I tried it today, it would have been a much harder grind than it used to. Because nowadays, you don't just have, like, people like me who, like, are just people who love doing multimedia design and did, like, a bachelor's degree in it. Like, that's not enough today. Like, you have to have 20 years of experience and credibility, and people, they need to see that from you, and then they will consider watching your videos. Like, they'll take you more serious. The reason I'm being taken serious is because I'm established on YouTube. I do have the experience, I do have the education for what I'm teaching, but I don't have 20 years of experience like some others do on YouTube, for example. Kind of a weird thing. I've seen one guy, a really good example of this. There's one guy who does WoW gameplay, but he does, you know, these type of, he'll play Classic, and he'll try to get to level 60 without getting hit a single time. Like, he has to do the entire leveling process without getting a single hit on him. And he'll, like, usually play a mage or something. And when he does it, and he, like, gets hit at, like, level 59 or something on accident, and he has to restart, he'll take a 2-minute clip of that, put on YouTube, and all of a sudden, he gets 150,000 views in 2 months. Because it's interesting. He has an interesting thumbnail. Well, he might not have an interesting thumbnail, now that I think about it. But the title is interesting, and the subject of the video is interesting. Which is why YouTube is recommending him, because when people read his title and see what it's about, the subject of the video, they want to see it. And YouTube notices that. So even though he uploads at completely confusing times, you know, whenever he gets a clip, he'll just upload it. There's no fixed schedule or anything, he'll just upload. That's a really cool looking... Wait, I want to see the weapon he's using. Yeah, he's beating the algorithm just by having really good content and a really good title that pulls people in, which I think is really cool. One is this guy. I want to see what weapon that is. No! It's the Maid's Tower appearance. This is the first time I'm actually seeing it. If I had that, I would be so happy. This is the one Shaman weapon I would just love to have. And of course, it's the Maid's Tower appearance. You know when they said that Maid's Tower was coming back? I had made at least 3 posts on the EU forum advocating for getting back the chance to get our Maid's Tower appearances for the artifact weapons. Because I want to have them. Just because I didn't play back then shouldn't punish me. It's like the artifact appearances are core part of the expansion. We're not talking about a challenge mode with like mounts or something that's just like a side thing. We're talking about the main core part of the Legion expansion, which is the artifact weapons, having locked a part of it away. There's a difference. I'm not saying that, oh, well, you know, if they allow Maid's Tower appearances to come back again, then everything should come back. All the different mounts and stuff from Mr. Pandora should come back with that logic. No, that's not the logic. Because those weren't core part of the expansion. And I was so sad when they told us that we were just gonna get stupid looking Transmog. It crushed my dream. My Feral Druid will never get the really awesome looking Feral form. My Shaman will never get that weapon that this person has. You have that skin? Getting jealous now. It's too bad. I wish that I played during Legion. I wish that I took my time to get all the skins. Like, I joined Legion, like, right, like, 2 months before Legion ended and BFA started up. Like, that's when I got back into the game. After taking a break after Warlords of Draenor. And I didn't know how much it was going to mean to me to get those appearances. Because they're literally the best appearances of most of the artifact appearances that you can get. The Enhancement Shaman version 2 looks amazing. With the little ice thing inside of it, and it looks like a wooden handle. It looks really awesome. The mages as well, they have amazing looking ones. The Druid has amazing looking ones. Not the tank form. I don't really like the tank form with the bear. And of course, that's the one form they're actually giving us back. With the time walking. They're giving Druids a bear form. And it's that particular form. It's kind of like a middle finger to my face. Oh, you wanted Maid's Tower appearances? Here you go. Here's the worst one. No, me personally. When I was streaming, I didn't do it for money. I did it because I enjoyed it and had fun. My first stream on console, I had famous YouTuber come in and think that's what screwed me on my channel. And that again, like, if you stream just for fun, like, but you don't want to make a living out of it, then sure, you can just, like, play and stream whatever way you want. But if you want to make it as a career, then you have to entertain. Like, there's a big difference between streaming for a hobby and enjoyment versus streaming because you want to make a living out of it. Big difference. The WoW form sucks so much ass. I made a thread last year because someone on a famous guild on my server scammed me for 100,000 100,000 gold for a carry that never happened. Got banned for a week. Yeah. It's funny, like, when I made those posts about the Legion Maid's Tower appearances, most people said, you know what? I have the appearances, and I could care less if other people get them as well. That's what most people said. They didn't, like, of course it feels good having something that others can't get. I only have the one for my Unholy Death Knight, because for those 2 months up until BFA came out, I only had time to do my Unholy Death Knight one. It was too bad. So I have one Legion artifact appearance that is from the Maid's Tower, but that's it. Like, I don't have anything else. Okay, so we can... Did I do... Oh no, I didn't turn in this one. Okay, that's too bad. Is that a chain heal? Do another one. I have chain heal now. 1 second. Just set everything up before use. There we go. I hated the mage tower so much. The balancing was so bad, and some challenges you needed legendaries, or else it wasn't. Exactly. Like, because I started 2 months before, I had to get into the game again. I had to understand how the game functions, and in that short period of time, I also had to gear up my characters enough to actually be able to do the mage tower. I did it on my Unholy Death Knight, and then I really wanted the Paladin one too, like the Red Paladin one. But I just wasn't geared enough to be able to do it. So I never finished it, and then the expansion ended. I remember sitting in our living room. I was so focused on my Unholy Death Knight because it was hard. But you're right. Some people could actually cheese the mechanics. Demon Hunters, looking at you. There were like the tank Demon Hunter spec. You could apparently cheese it pretty easily. So far, I have a good feeling about Horn. I did actually try to see if I wanted a troll instead of my Volpira that I was streaming last time. Oh, I have this one. And for like a couple of days, I thought troll was really badass. I thought it would look really cool. But I can just feel like, you know when you have like one aspect of a race that you just really like the dark voodoo shamanism thing. But then you get to play it and you know, what do you call that? Like you know when you just fall in love with something and you get that early love feeling and it wears off after a while, and then you actually see it is, like, you see it from what it is. I think I got that feeling from my troll. And now it's not that awesome anymore. So now I'm trying out my Tauren here. Oh, run away! Can't say the Maid's Tower. Wait, can I do the... Oh, I can charge away from it. I think this guy is also waiting for the new appearances. So talking about some of the Maid's Tower challenge modes being easy. Oh, it was so easy on the Shaman. I should have done it. Well, back then I didn't know I was going to be playing Shaman. I was actually pretty certain I was just going to play my Death Knight, which was why I was so fixated on getting just the Death Knight one at the beginning. But now I find out that I love healing, as you can see. Danny, you can be honest with us. Just tell us you like the feat. I like the feat of the Tauren? Oh, you mean the trolls? Ha! I did actually like the feat. I had a something I often talk with Casper about, because he hates the Draenei and the Tauren and the troll feat and that type of thing because of the way they wear the shoes. I love it. I think it's some of the best in the game. Why does Hunter get lost at 25 but Shami at 48? True. Yeah, the hooves look amazing. So I'm apparently finding out now that I should not have focused on Paladin so hard back then. But again, you know, when you think you're going to be playing Death Knight and Paladin in the future, and that's like what you're fixated on, like starting out with, and I wish I'd done my Druid and my Shaman. If I'd known today that those are the two like top classes that I have fun with. You know what I think I'll do? So worried about copyright strikes, but I think I'll put on some Skyrim music, because I don't think that's copyrighted. Yeah. Don't die. I'm gonna find a long one. This one. Really? No, this one. There we go. I just need to find out if it's too loud. 1 second. I'm seeing comments, but I just need to make sure the audio is fine. Because I know what I need the volume to be at on the other website I'm using, but I don't know what. A little bit too loud. Please let me know if it's just as loud as previously. Like, if it's okay, if you can hear me. I want the music to be like background stuff, but not like at the same, you know, audio level as me. Preferably 10 decibels lower than me. Danny, there is a fist weapon skin in BFA that's kind of looking close to the Shaman wolf skin from the Maid's Tower. Really? Is it the one with the skull on it? Because I know which one you're talking about then. I have considered using it. Oh, I can't dispel this either? Oop. Unholy DK, hey, you gotta kill Agatha. Me looking at Blizzard, don't you think using Unholy DK to kill a single target is overkill, like for real? Yeah, there was so many minions all over the place. But for some reason it was still difficult. Let me see if there's another color version of the one you're talking about. Because that could actually... I haven't actually seen all the color versions. It's this one you're talking about, right? Oh. Combat, so I can't see it. It's this one here. I really love the... BFA had its flaws. But I really loved the Transmog and the weapons. Because they're more down-to-earth. Realistic looking. There's this one too. I've actually not seen this color. Are we fighting a boss or something? Oh, we are. That's why it's taking a while. So we have this color. Yeah, this one is actually better. I also like this one for some reason. I don't like the golden versions. This one is okay because it's more earthy in its colors. Which is the same reason why I like the High Mountain one. Because they have earthy looking colors. With the totems and everything. Like, I really like how the colors are. I don't like when they're bright. Oh, I forgot that I was going to be looking up the Heritage armor. It's like telling me, hey, hit this soda can and just pull out a minigun or a bazooka. You know what I really love about PvP with an Unholy Death Knight? I love when you go up to people and just pop everything. And just see them panic. Because even if they stun you, they're still getting destroyed by all your minions. Like, it's so amazing. Alright, I have Chain Heal now. Solo island farming can be fun if it's good balanced. Yeah, I'm actually looking really forward to the island expedition farming. More specifically because I want to do it with my wife. She used to like do that as one of her main content during BFA. And it was really fun doing it with her. Want to get some of the mounds, some of the appearances. Especially the, there's like the top hat. You know, the fancy looking outfit that you can collect with all the different parts. I think that was really fun. Do you know if the Warfronts become soloable? Like, can you just queue as one person? Let him die, it's bugged? Let him die. He said he was bugged and he needed to die.
No darkness can hold back the powers of the Life-Bind.
Just 5. Okay. Getting the Rykel Dragon was one of my best moments in BFA. I don't have it yet. I would love to get it. I love the glow effect it has. Which again, Blizzard mistakenly, when it comes to the Nightborn hands, are not giving us. At least the particular version that we want to have. I'm not playing Nightborn anyways. Like, it's one of my least favorite races in the game. Not saying they're not cool, but I just don't want to play them. A stun to DK, the pet's on a roid rage. It's funny. Skill cap guides on YouTube. I like watching their videos. They're coming up with some really good stuff. And they made a video that I think no one has made before. Like, it was a video that I specifically want to see, which addresses dueling or world PvP capabilities of the different classes and different specs. And they would rate them on different things. The one that got like the worst points ever was Warrior. Warrior is like the worst dueling / world PvP class you could be playing. Mainly because of a lack of a healer. And Death Knight is like the next one. They claim. And, you know, they had reasons for rating it like that. I just think it's fun to see that I used to do so much world PvP as a Death Knight. And I kinda see a little bit about what they're coming from. You know, if you use all your cooldowns and you're actually playing against someone who knows what they're doing, then you're kinda like just dead. If they don't just, you know, die on the first burst. I'm also kind of mad that I never got into PvP for the Hippo mounts. Oh yeah, that one. I loved how Taliesin, he would have so many fun, you know, skits during his YouTube videos where he would show off the Hippo mount. That was just so much fun. It makes me generally mad how much they messed Nightborn up. With the hands? Or just like overall? Because I remember people were talking about Nightborn when they just came out, not looking exactly like they wanted. They're the WoW equivalent of the Drow. The Drow? I would have loved to have seen... oh, what do they call the one? You know, the ones that actually become feral. Because they do have a facial option for, like, that you're kind of mana-starved, but they don't have the... you know, the actual mana-starved version that you can choose, which I think would be cool. Even though it doesn't make sense, since they lost their mind. Oh, in D&D? I actually have a book of all the monsters in D&D, or at least some of the monsters. The starter book edition. But I'll have to look it up. I'll actually do. Wow. D&D. Oh, that is cool. Maybe that's where they got inspired from. They look exactly like well, exactly. They kind of look like a mixture between Nightborn and Night Elves. If Night Elves had the Nightborn colors. That's the good thing about warriors. You can all make fun of them without a good healer, but as soon as they got one run, just run, don't look back, there is a Beyblade coming run. That is true, like warrior. I'm actually like, I'm a huge fan of warrior. If it wasn't because you had to have a healer babysitting you, because I love playing the game solo. Like, I don't like doing PvP and have to rely on a healer backing me up. If it wasn't because of that, I would probably have played a warrior today. Just too bad that you need to have one. I mean, it does have... You don't need to have one. There's, of course, you can always overcome the meta and, you know, talent into other talents that improves your survivability even without a healer and stuff like that, but... I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of like... I feel like you're getting rid of a bunch of things so you can get that survivability. And it doesn't have a healing spec, which is why I'm playing Paladin. Guess where the whole spider subplot from the Shoma campaign came? The Drow have a spider goddess. Oh, really? That's why there's so many of those leyline spiders around. So you're most likely right. They got inspired from D&D. Didn't do anything. Can I stand in this? Does it hurt me? Oh! Stand in it. This is a mini Kel'Thuzad. Ha! Yeah, I've always wanted to do, like, try out D&D. Because I tried it out once, you know. I had some friends when I was studying 10 years ago, and they tried to do a D&D campaign when we had, like, this board night. And it was super fun. And I do actually think they have an online website where you can actually, like, play D&D with strangers. But it's just kind of like I don't know. I need to reach a point in my life where I'm ready to commit to that type of thing, because it is something where if you commit to it, then you have to come every week or so. Otherwise, you're kind of screwing over the people that does actually come every week. Oh. Heritage armor. While I remember it. Wow. High Mountain. Heritage armor. Whoops. Kicked my webcam there. Let's see how it looks like. Well, you guys can't see it. I might have to pull it over. Second. Activate. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so this is the Heritage armor. Have I ever played Neverwinter? I have. A long time ago. Oh, really? It's the free one, right? Where you can just join for free? I think I have enough in one MMO, though. But I have heard about Neverwinter. Can survive without it, but getting on top of the damage and some offensive cooldowns. Well, good luck trying to kill a titanium tank that hits like 10 punches Mike Tyson at the same time. That is actually like some of the things I really enjoy about the warrior is the defensive cooldowns. Because there is a talent you can choose where I think you heal for like, is it 30% of your health when you use it? Like, it's extremely powerful. No, it's on a 30-second cooldown. But I actually forgot how much it heals. But it is quite a bit. Or when you kill something, like it replaces the thing you get when you kill something, and then you can use it and gain health back. Like, they're actually really good for solo ability if you use that particular talent. But I believe that you have to choose between that and a stun. Because the class doesn't have a stun in its base toolkit. Which is kind of weird. To be honest, if you take away the totems, the High Mountain Heritage set looks like a leatherworking set from Wrath of the Lich King. That is... I don't know if you're saying that... I don't know if you're saying that as a, like, ugh, you know, ugh. Because it's like, ugh. But I actually think that's a positive. I really like that as a positive. But this is how it looks like. I have to be honest, I'm really liking this set. Like, I think this set looks amazing. I don't like the feet. Like, it's just kind of like leather, like you said. But the hand, I think looks really cool. I don't like the headpiece. I really want to see this the totem. I can't even tell. Are the shoulders just like this little thing here? Or do they actually have something? Shoulder guards. Oh, it is just this one thing. Oh, there's a video. There's a video. The preview was a little scuffed. Let's see the video, because I wanna see how the set looks like. Does it come in 3 different colors? Like some of the... I really like the totems. Like the muddy looking colors look really awesome. I don't know. I actually kind of like the... I kind of like the set. But to be fair, I'm the type of person who likes armor types that are very like toned down. Like, you know, not full of glows and fancy things on it. I like things that are like more realistically looking, so I think that's why I like this armor. I could see myself with this totem and run around with it. No, you only get this one. The bolas on the back are fun. Yeah, the totems. Warriors are like the bullies of WoW. Yes, I know rogue exists. Always on group with other bullies, and they also make stop hitting yourself joke, cause why not? Yeah. You have to stop talking, Shadow Dover, otherwise I'm gonna start thinking about leveling a warrior. Not the balls. Okay. Oh. Let's actually figure out. There was some appearances that I collected. Oh, there's way better. I don't know if this is a good thing. White leather jerkins. I don't know. Let's just keep it for now. A new back item. I haven't seen this one. Yes, okay. Okay, shaman talk. They're dangling around you when you walk? The things on your back? I love when they have that type of effect. When you can actually, like, it feels like it has some weight to them. I think that's really cool. Okay. Another run? What level are we at? So when we started, we were at level 18. Now we're 23. I feel like this is taking a while. No, you know what I'm gonna do? I want a DPS. I want a DPS. Pretty sure that enhancement is not that fun at low level. So let's do... Someone is cheering at me? Who's that? Someone is cheering at me. Yeah, I think one of you guys are here. Okay, talent selection. Let's do Echo of the Elements. Lava, control of lava is pretty mandatory. And what about ability? Put that up really quick. There. Oh, we have a capacitator totem now. Awesome. Gain heal goes down there. Farsight. There. Interrupt. Placed. I have to remember how my weak auras look like. Macros. There we go. Right? I think we're good. No, Danny, on the High Mountain Waste, there are bolas. Oh, let me just check that out again. So, on the waste, you say? Oh, you mean the sack? Cats, kangaroos, or something like that. Oh, it's not the sack then. Shaman are like slot machines, but instead of coins coming out, your reward is you get tased by Zeus himself. I love the visual appearance of shamans when they fight. Especially, like, if you play an enhancement shaman and you play against someone who doesn't know how to fight an enhancement shaman, they're gonna lose. Because you have so many really awesome PvP totems. But again, if you know how to fight them, you just need to destroy the totem and then you're pretty much winning. So, I think I might need to look at the video then. A video here. You guys can't see it, but there's a video. It's very low res. Oh, it is the sack. Yeah, it's bouncing. Cool looking. Bolas, not sack. Right. On the backside. Now I have to recheck. Bolas. See again. So, oh, those things. Those things right there. Yeah, I didn't actually... Yeah, okay. I know what those things are. Yeah, so not the sack at the front there, but the actual bolas. Ooh, I might actually try out the waist then. It has feathers on it, though. I'll have to see about it. Two balls with a rope. Living his best life. Balls out. Yeah, well, this guy has... Oh no, he has the cock ring. So my wife, she told me that I should never wear this belt. Because it looks like a cock ring. So we might... Ever since she said that, I just can't. I have to change it. Too bad we don't have the Alliance version of this belt. Because they have, like, blue one. But what other belt is good for this? We'll take this one. I'm really digging the tattoos or the paint they have on them. And let me tell you, those M4 are quick when launched toss. What? Oh, the thing. The kangaroo thing. I've actually never seen them being tossed. I just know that it's a thing you can trap people with. How long is the queue for DPS? Oh, it's only 7 minutes. Oh. So now what? This is the life of a DPS. This is also why I started out as a healer, because I wanted to skip the queues. Yeah, the bolas. I actually don't know how much of delay there is on stream. One sec. Just gotta go over here. Not showing butt crack. Not pulling. Oh, we're queued. Oh. Oh no, it's this one. Those things are scary fast. I bet they hurt then, if you get hit by one of the balls. Ooh. Oh right, we're not healers now. I don't really feel like the game is that loud. Is this the one where there's a mount? It is.
Need help? Farewell.
Can I help you?
I have the mount already. But, no. Not really trying to get it.
You got my attention.
Need to turn on the heater. It's cold in here. Need to go blow my nose again. 1 second. What people don't know, I'm actually sitting in a camper right now, and it is starting to get cold. So I have this little heater next to me that can keep me warm. And I also need to fix the windows, because the windows are leaking a little bit. Need to air tighten them. I always wanted to do this dungeon, but get the mount so I could give it away to someone. Because that's what happened when I got the mount. Like, I didn't actually get it, but someone else did. And then we roll for it. I think I was leveling my Dwarf Shaman? On them. Oh wait, I have this one now. Oh. Tank is dying. Oh. Good. Run! Run! I threw it down. They're slow. They can't keep up. I'm the only one at max health because I'm actually kiting. Okay. Do it again. Uh-oh. What are you doing? Run! Oh, wait, what? Where's this? This way. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not good. That is not good. Stun them. Use the ability. See, I can get away now because I have the racial ability. It is effective. Not as a stun, but as a getaway tool. It's funny though, because you say they're not meant to hurt, but they look like they hurt. I mean, it's used for kangaroos, so I could imagine that they didn't design them to hurt. Because you don't hurt animals, right? Hey, was I the only one surviving? I think everyone else died. Yeah, they did! Everyone besides me died. Because I'm a top player. Or I ran away and let them deal with it. Either way is fine. I knew when to quit. Oh, kite, it's called. There's a difference. Go. I'm so glad my heater has this option of, you know, blowing air, but also not blowing air. So if I have to sit here and stream or record anything, I can still have the heater on, but without the noise. Oh no, someone pulled. Stun them. We have like 2 shamans and a mage. We should have incredibly crowd control on us right now. I don't. Can you tell? Can you hear his voice when he's talking? Let me turn up the audio.
I require a target.
It feels. It sounds amazing when he's talking. H is taking some damage there. And I feel like Tank is over pulling a little bit. See, now he's dying again, almost. He's only level 22. Both of them are. Maybe they're leveling together. Who knows? Pretty sure Kangaroo just grabbed that mid-fight and tossed it back.
I do not have a target.
It's funny, because people, they have this cartoon idea about kangaroos being boxes. And I don't know, maybe it's just because there's like different species of kangaroo, but I've been up close to a kangaroo and they were really peaceful. Like they actually let people walk around with them. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, so I'll do this so you can actually see my damage. Because it's so important. You hate to heal Paladin tanks? Really? I think it's one of the most comfortable things ever. Because they constantly just heal themselves. Whereas Death Knights, on the other hand, they... like, their health is like this. Because they, like, rely on having to heal themselves instead of protecting themselves.
I require a target.
Did the music stop? Turn it up just a... Oh, because people are too stupid to play it decently. Paladin has a lot of utility that a lot of people don't utilize. That is true. By the way, how can people not play without, I think I phrased that incorrectly. How can people play the game without having weak auras, is what I'm trying to say. Pretty, like, unless I have them right here next to me, I can't see what I'm supposed to be pressing. I've seen PvP people, they just have, like, nothing. Maybe it's because they've played their class for so long, they just know what to press. Yeah, early game blood decays are the worst. They are insanely hard to keep alive. They have no defensives. It's stupid. the bone shield they get, I don't think they get that until like mid-20s or something. I have seen kangaroos flex. They do flex as like, you know, like to intimidate other kangaroos. It's hilarious to see, and they look buff, which is the fun part. They're not just like showing off nothing. Like they're actually buff. Okay, so now we go this way. You know what I actually think would look really cool? Combining the High Mountain Heritage Armor with the current set that I'm wearing. Boom. Never use weak auras until I really play something terrible spec with missing implemented markers and clear rotation. I use weak auras for every class. Like, I can't live without. I need to have an exact layout of what I need to press at which time. Otherwise, I can't play anything. It also means that my rotation pretty much is perfect. Because I just look here. This is where my eyes are most of the time. I just like bragged about having perfect rotation, which is not. But the rotation that I do have in mind, I execute perfectly without fail most of the time. If I have to be like attack, 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 and then look down on my spell bar to see, okay, do I have this one up yet? Oh, I do. Okay, I had it up like 10 seconds ago. I can't do that. I have to know. It's because instead of having to like strain my eyes by looking down and then up constantly, it's just nice to have them right next to you. Oh, I'm not even buffed. 1 second. There we go. No wonder my DPS is so low. Probably not even because of that. Okay, let's try and get the highest DPS here. You can see it up there, right? I think there's really much I can press, because I have like 4 spells. Oh no, somebody pulled! It was the other shaman! No! Yeah, we need to kill these first. mean, my rotation is not... Like, my damage is not that bad. What level is the other guy? 23. So he has one spell less than me. But it deals much more damage because of scaling, I bet. Oh, that reminds me. I actually have... this. I put it on? No. Because I do have this trinket that is amazing. You have everything relatively central. Oh yeah, yeah, the mount. I went into this dungeon once because I decided to farm the mounts. And when I found out how tedious it was to get from one end to the other, I just gave up. Like, I didn't even complete it once. I just gave up. And then luckily by doing, I believe it was time walking. Oh, no, it was just leveling. It was just leveling. One other guy got it. And he rolled it off. And I won. Did it? I got it on stream and everything. So it is on my stream somewhere. But again at the start of the year. And the rune blade dropped on my druid. Ooh. Is it from this dungeon, the rune blade? Oh, I have this one. The rune blade. I didn't even know it was special. You skip prom to farm both of them. Is it really that hard to get? I'm saying here like braggy because I got it already. Not that hard. Oh, you didn't get it. It is probably never going to happen if it was me, because it's such an annoying dungeon. Farm by yourself. I actually just recently, I think yesterday, actually, I wanted to get... Find it here. Because I actually got something up in farming. This one. Oh, I can't enlarge it, but you can see it. The iron-studded mantle from Uldua. I've been wanting that for so long. Because it just looks like, you know, like the plague or something. And I finally got it yesterday. I don't know if it's hard to get, but I've been trying and trying and trying. Oh, really? They changed the strategies of the dungeon? I would hate being a healer in this one then. Why does Skyrim like keep... It's like there's a specific song from time to time that just has no audio.
My inventory is full.
Uh-oh. Inventory is full. What about this one? I think actually one of you guys recommended Divinity 2 for music. Like long time ago. Really? I wish I'd been part of it.
I cannot carry you.
I still don't have the mount at the end. Minion's head. Oof. Good. So glad we have so many AoE stuns here. Oh! Chain lightning! Awesome! Now we're good. Finally some AoE damage. Oh crap, it didn't cancel it! I threw the spell and I cancelled and it still fired. You saw that, right? I cancelled it like when there was still 20% of the cast bar left. And then he stopped, and then all of a sudden he just went poof.
I need to target something first.
Oh yeah, the achievement mounts. It was the first one I actually decided to farm of any achievement mounts because I wanted the dragons. And it was like 2 in 1, so pretty easy. I think this boss is easy. Can't wait to actually use my chain lightning on a group of mobs, like a bunch of them. I think it's a bit too bad that you have this playstyle where you need to like use a lava burst and then a chain lightning. And that's like the rotation. I would just love to just fire off chain lightnings after another. Of course right now I don't have to. I can just spam it. But when you get higher level, you have to start doing that. You know, to optimize. Get more damage out of each chain lightning. See, my damage all of a sudden. I'm like max DPS because I got chain lightning. It's so fun to see the scaling. Getting that strong just because you get one other ability. It's so fun to see. Oh, wait.
I cannot carry more.
Oh, I have this one. Okay. It's so fun to see. There's another version of this dungeon where you have to fight Timmy. And Timmy is actually part of Warcraft 3. Like the little kid that you rescue at some point. Yeah, he's the guy you fight here. Which I found out about a year back. I think that's kind of fun to see. Oh really? A 15-minute smoke break after each boss pull? That's a dick move. Right there. That's like being an inconvenience to like a whole bunch of people just because you have to smoke. Oh. Helping out with healing a little bit. There you go. Boom. Okay, a little bit of lag there. Key to the city. Well, I guess someone else took it. Still sitting at 2 a.m. at Uldua, and I had a math exam at like 8. Oof.
I must be closer.
Stop targeting it by himself. Oh, 1 sec. The tank said 1 sec. Yes, we'll wait after this one. I would leave too. I would like just in spite because the tank decided to be so important compared to everyone else because he's the tank. I would just in spite leave him to show that he has no power. Like he can't just make us stay just because he has to smoke. Can I stun these? Yes, we can. Awesome. So whenever someone levels up, I get a lag spike for some reason. By the way, how awesome are the Shaman healing spells? I love the whole water thing. It was the tank that leveled, I can see. Oh, you got a B of the on the test? I was like, I thought B was like a rating of Uldua. But you got a B in the test the next morning at 8 a.m. That's impressive. I feel horribly with sleep. Like, if I don't get my sleep, I'm so grumpy the day after. And we have to be, like, extra careful around me. Because nothing is funny to me the day after. Come on, I want to be top DPS. For a second there, I almost went as high up as the tank. It's so stupid to see how tanks have like, and healers in some cases, have like the most insane AoE DPS. Same for you? Yeah, sleep is like my weakness. My wife's weakness is hunger. And it's a fun thing, because I don't mind getting early up in the morning. Like, that's not my thing. I'm a A person. Like, you know, I can get up early in the morning and be completely fresh and start singing and being good, like in a good mood. But my wife, she is horrible at getting up early in the morning. Like, she's a B person. A terrible mood for the entire weekend. Then I was in a raid, private Legion server. We usually clear on chores 1 hour or 3 hours. The raid I was in started at 7 p.m. and ended at 11 a.m. Not because of wives, but on top of waiting time. Oof. Like, just the wait time. I mean, it's like, if people are still having fun while waiting, and people don't mind the wait time because everyone is enjoying each other's company, I think it's a fine thing. But if you're waiting just because, oh, wait a second, guys, I need to go to the bathroom, and, you know, that's type of thing, then, ugh, sucks. I love this guy's name. I'm Stein. I'm so glad I got an MMO mouse, so I can just sit here and be like, huh, one hand on my mouth while doing my rotation. Do you guys use an MMO mouse, or do you just like... Or do you just like use one of those with the 2 buttons on the side? I taught myself how to use one of those as well. Oh right, I need to... And it's actually quite fun to use one of those. A lot more action-packed. Oh, chain lightning would have been awesome here. Yeah, I was gonna say, they're coming out. So don't go in. There are times I would pull an all-nighter because of getting a coffee and work on something productive is better than having a few hours of me too. Like, the whole point I was trying to make previously about, like, I'm an A person in the morning is that it's not about getting up early. Like, that's not my trigger. It's about how many hours of sleep I get. So I would also rather just wait and just do an all-nighter instead of, you know, getting 3 hours of sleep. Because I'll wake up and be in an incredibly bad mood. So I'll just stay awake.
I need to target something first. I cannot carry more.
Need to start selling things. Certified gamer since 2009. I literally went to cook in the middle of the waiting time instead, eat it, watch the dinner, and take a bath. We're still waiting and talking. Well. Oh, crap. Get inside. They didn't even rest the last guy. He just died. Okay. Use cooldowns. Do epic damage. Oh, chain lightning. Chain lightning. Before they go away. No! I don't know if I managed to hit any of them. Yeah. Really? They AoE capped the Shaman? With chain lightning? Is that what you mean? I thought we did have an AoE cap from the start. Like, even before. Oh! Chain lightning! Chain lightning! I didn't even hit any of them. Alright, let's see if we get them out. Boom. We do not.
My inventory is full.
Did anyone get them out? One got them out. But I did get a new level. Just as good. The mount. Oh, right, and we have a bunch of stuff we can turn in out here. There is 3 people on that raid which are friends and rest hold random, keep in mind. 25 raid. So the buddies were keeping everyone else. I also had this really cringe gamer keyboard which would show my character stats on a little display on the keyboard. That's pretty awesome. Have the stats showing on the side.
What can I do for you?
True gamer experience. You know what? I actually do not want to. You're okay, I'll do it. Gotta turn in my quests first. Actually, you know what? Let's come back. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I didn't even know there was a keyboard like that. Ugh. Talent points. Definitely this one. Okay. War mode. Do that. Not really planning on doing open world content. No. Sell some things.
Nelly feels for a friend of the Grumbles, like you.
Not any better. I really need at some point to max out my heritage armor. Just too bad that it's locked to a certain armor type. Because what if I decide to play a cloth character next? I've spent all that money, all that gold. I don't know if this is like... Let's see how much it sells for. I want to see if it's worth anything. The keyboard became crusty after a few years.
I got what you need.
Ah, this is not worth anything. Oh, sell it before it goes away. There we go. Alright. I think I'm gonna go ahead and say that was it for today. Ugh. It's hard. Streaming for 3 hours and 15 minutes. Pardon the voice. We got to level 25, so that's 7 levels so far. My overall experience with the Tauren so far, it's kind of like a hard thing. Like, if I go out to the character select screen, like, this troll here is something that I think I would enjoy playing until, you know, that fancy voodoo coolness wears off. Because at some point you just see your character, and there's just something about the way that he carries his transmog that's a little bit weird. I love these things he does, crouching down. But I just kind of feel like Tauren, like they beefy, and I see like this is something that I wouldn't get tired of playing in the longer run. Then I have my Kultiran. I already have a Kultiran main, so I'm not going to have another Kultiran Shaman. Then I had this guy that I just leveled up last time on stream. But I'm not really, like, even though the transmog looks really good on Vulpera, I don't really think that it's something... It's not really something that I see myself playing as a main. Who knows? I think I'll keep playing a little bit and then maybe I'll find out. Either way. Bare-chested troll warlock with the skull tattoos look cool. I bet they do. trolls just in general, like, they have this really awesome look to them. I don't mind they're hunched over. The only thing that I mind is that they don't have any cool hairstyles. Like, this is the only cool hairstyle, and it's one of the older ones where you can literally, you can see the pixels. It looks like paper that has been cut out. It doesn't look like hair, because it's the older hairstyles. Trolls look really cool. And I don't know if, you know, which one I might prefer more. I just really hate their totems. Yeah. I'll have to do some more leveling with this guy, and then I'll find out. Either way, I'm glad you guys came in and watched the stream. It's nice to not just sit here by myself. There's a lot of people watching the streams afterwards, I noticed. Like, I think my last stream had like almost 70 views, which like 10 of them might have been during the stream. So it is something people are watching afterward. So either way, I have to get on with my day. I'm so glad everyone was watching. Everyone have a good day. I think it's Wednesday today, isn't it? Yeah, it does. Minecraft pixel art. Either way, gotta go. Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.